students. Welcome to week 4. This week we are talking about sensation and perception. Last week we talked about the brain and the different parts of the brain, and this week we're continuing a related topic, sensation and perception. The purpose of this video is for me to walk you through the requirements for this week's assignment. The brain infographic assignment is due on Friday, and so I'm going to take this opportunity to walk you through the requirements for this assignment. So, without further ado, so when you log into D2L, you go into Module 4. You're going to see that on the left side of your screen, Module 4, Sensation and Perception. Like always, you're going to have your module introduction that tells you the overview of the topic, the learning outcomes, and the learning activities that will get you through this week. You have your resources, the reading for the module. You have the videos and the slides on there. And then at the bottom, you'll see the requirements for the brain infographic project. Like I said, it's due on this Friday. You'll see the due date listed there. So now let's walk you through the steps for completing this assignment. What you have to do, step 1, you have to pick one part of the brain that intrigued you or interested you the most from the last two topics, biopsychology that we covered last week and sensation and perception module that we talked about this week. Or that we are going to talk about this week. So you pick a part of the brain that interests you. Here's a list of the different parts that you can choose from. Then what you have to do is do some background research and find at least one journal article that's going to provide more insight into that part of the brain. You can use the library resources to locate the journal. Some of you I know did struggle in the past trying to locate articles from the library's website. In that case, you may use Google Scholar, but that is the only thing. You do not use any websites such as Wikipedia because those lack credibility. However, you can use your library's page and the database. I walk you through step by step on how to locate these references or journals using the library's website. If you struggle with anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And if you are struggling with finding any specific articles, make sure that you're using the appropriate keywords that are spelled correctly. So once you have located your journal, make sure that you're looking at a full text. Otherwise, you'll get a 300-word summary, and that's not going to be enough for you to complete this assignment. Again, do not use articles that are published on the internet or just in a magazine or a blog because those are not empirical and those claims cannot be validated through the peer review process. That is very important for research. So once you've located your articles, you want to take some notes. You want to find out important key points, how they conducted the study, any graphs or charts that are important that you may wish to include in this assignment. So you are creating a visual of the information that you have gathered on the part of the brain that interests you. So you want to create an interesting visual. When I say visual, think of yourself sitting in a doctor's office and you're sitting in a doctor's office waiting for your turn and you look up to the wall and you see a poster. You see a poster and you can quickly learn 3 new interesting facts about your brain from this poster. That's what you want to create. It's not a detailed research poster where you present at a conference, but more so a wall poster that anyone looking at it can quickly learn new information from it. So here are the important components that you must include in your visual. The first thing is it must have at least 3 new things about the part of the brain that are not included in your textbook. It needs to go beyond your textbook. Then you want to include at least two relevant images. So if you pick a part of the brain such as amygdala, but you just slap on multiple pictures of the brain, that does not enhance the message. Instead, if you have one part of the brain highlighting where your amygdala is, that is fine, that is great. But then another image should enhance the message in a different way. It could be a chart, it could be a graph, it could be a survey results, something that enhances the message and goes beyond just decoration. So it should not just be something that takes up space. So you want two relevant images that enhance the message that you are trying to put across. You must include APA references. You can include that on the same poster at the bottom, or if you might need to use an additional sheet, that is fine, but your references should be in the APA format. Now, going back to the previous point about relevant images, any relevant images that you use, make sure they do not violate the copyright. Okay, so you want to use images that are open to usage without copyright violation. And if you use an image from an internet search, make sure you cite it appropriately. That way you're not taking credit for something you did not create. So you must put in effort into this assignment, but you do not need to get overwhelmed by creating a visual. It's just a different way to communicate the knowledge that you have gained. Rather than just writing it out, we are presenting it in a visual. Okay, so how would you want to create this visual? Well, there are several tools that you can use from. Some of them are free of cost, and some of them are very user friendly and easy to navigate through. So the three that I recommend are Canva, Infogram, and Easily. You can all three of these are free, and with just a little bit of a tutorial, it's very intuitive and user friendly to create. Now, if you don't want to learn new technology and you're more familiar with PowerPoint, that is okay, that is perfectly acceptable. But with PowerPoint, I need you to be careful about one thing. It needs to be one page. All the information needs to be on one slide, not multiple slides. It's like, again, going back to sitting in a doctor's office, looking at the wall, one poster you're learning everything out of. Okay, so one page, not multiple slides. Once you're done, you can save your work as a PDF document and upload it as a submission. And then optionally, you can even share it on Wikimedia Commons or Flickr for others to be able to look at your work. That is not required. That step is just optional. Um, One thing that you want to keep in mind as you're working through this assignment, when you go into the assignment, you click on it, when you go scroll further down, you are going to be able to look at the rubric. Make sure you look at the requirements, and if you want to get full credit for this assignment, make sure you stay in the proficient column. What is exactly required in order to get full credit for this assignment? So make sure you look through the rubric. If there are any questions at any point, students, feel free to reach out to me. Okay, all the best.